Alrighty, welcome back. This video we're working on my 49 Chevy FleetLine, known as Saguaro Sally. If you're not familiar with that car, we did a whole revival on it. It was sitting since the 70s. There'll be a link in the description, and in the end of the video there'll be a little link for it there as well. All the footage in this video has been filmed over a couple months. We kind of just got things done here and there, some sound ending tires. Also went to a car show known as the Watson Lake Car Show here in town. Pretty large. There was about 200 plus cars in the show. It was a pretty fun time, a bunch of vendors and stuff like that. You'll see a little bit of footage. I didn't film a whole lot, but I got a couple shots here and there. Car did great, runs fantastic. I even bought some parts for the 69, which I don't have next to me to show you, but got myself a grill for a decent price there, so we'll have to show you that in the next C10 video. That being said, if you're interested in supporting me and the channel, I have got a couple shirts for sale and a couple stickers for sale. A Saguaro Sally shirt, a Bulletin 41 shirt, as well as a couple Saguaro Sally stickers. You can find that at bulletin41.com. Link will be like in the top right or left, I can't remember which, as well as in the description. So please, if you're interested in those, hop on over there and pick yourself up one. I do greatly appreciate it if you do. And if not, thanks for watching no matter what, and let's get into working on some things. Today we've got a stack of sound deadening here. We're gonna try to quiet this thing down a little bit on the inside. That being said, before we go and start installing this, we gotta go do a control run, see actually how loud this thing is. And it's pretty loud, but we're actually gonna take a decibel reading and also average that out and peak and all sorts of stuff. Bring it back here, install some sound deadening, take it back out for a drive. So let's go take this for a spin around the neighborhood and see how loud it is. Okay, so this is going to be no insulation on the floors, pretty much no insulation on the roof. I don't know if I'm gonna put any sound deadening on the roof. I mean, I might as well. They're big pieces of metal. It will probably help quite a bit. As well as, we gotta remember, we still have stock 75-year-old mesh or fiber insulation, probably asbestos, honestly, on the firewall. I may even rip that down and put some of this stuff on there. And no door seals. That's the big thing, because all the doors rattle. That one's particularly bad, but they all make noise. I need to put door seals in this thing really badly. That's on the list. That being said, we're also going to have all of the, I was going to say closed, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one actually physically closed. Wing windows are going to be stayed closed so those don't rattle, and all 4 windows open, because that's pretty much how I drive this all the time. So that's what we're going to do. As well as no window seals either. So there's a lot of rattling going on, but we're going to try to limit it as much as we can. We'll do the first drive with no microphone. That's why I sound pretty far away right now, so you could tell from the camera side. Then we'll pull out a decibel reader and we will go from there. So let's get this thing down the road. Okay, first measurement we'll take is just an idle measurement with not moving, no acceleration, just idle, sitting still. And we'll take most of our measurements in the same exact spot right here on the seat, and we'll take 10 seconds. Okay, 10-second idle time, no insulation, max of 62.7 decibels, average 60. Okay, we'll start the test from this light, this stop sign. We'll go from a complete stop, take a right, shift all the way to the third, slow down or stop, close enough, one of the two. But I can't talk during it because that'll mess with it. So here we go. That should be good enough. We'll read the results once I'm not in the middle of the road. Alright, now this still gets really smoky in here. That's going to be the next problem we try to address here. We're trying to make this thing more drivable. I mean, it drives, as you can see, it's just not comfortable to drive. You get headaches, it gets a lot of smoke in the cabin. So we're going to do some engine-based stuff,
and try to make this thing actually comfortable so I can drive it as a daily, I guess. I won't drive it as a daily, but it could be used as a daily if I wanted to. Now, that pole was a max of 94 decibels and an average of 74.9. We'll call it 75 over a 22 second-ish time period. So we'll get this thing stripped out, cleaned up, start laying down some sound deadening, and do the same test again. Alrighty, it's been a few minutes, and I got all the old insulation, 75-year-old crap out of here. About to toss it away, but before I did that, I actually got back here and started laying some down. So I got that back seat pedestal done. I really want to do the footwells. However, without door seals, they fill with water, and I don't want to water soak this stuff, so I may come back and do those later. I'm going to do the seat pedestals for now, as well as trans tunnel underneath the driver's seat, and then all up along there, up on that firewall, and that should quiet it down quite a bit. And I think I'm also going to do the roof. So when the headliner goes in, you won't see them anymore, but it'll be, because that, it'll quiet that down a little bit. So okay, we're just kind of layering this stuff in where we can fit it now. Because why not type situation here. Like putting all these scrap pieces in because I have them. Okay, we're out for a test drive now. See if it's gotten any better. It definitely sounds less reverb, which is good. Let's do a idle check. Averaged slightly lower, about a decibel lower. Let's go for a drive. Let's give it a shot here. I also realized after I got back, my back door wasn't all the way closed. So let's take that into account. I left it unclosed in this, so it will be quieter when it is closed, but for the sake of science, I left it the way it was so we could do a direct decibel comparison. It definitely seems quieter, especially that trunk is really what's the worst. I could probably adjust that to make it rattle less. We'll go from here and test start now. I think that's just the fact that the rings are gone. Yeah, that it's a design implementation. It comes around eventually. Okay, well, after our test drive, on average, about 5 decibels quieter, and there's a lot of room for improvement. Door seals, that trunk is god-awfully loud. That alone will drop it quite a bit. Plus carpet, it'll make this a lot better. And then you add a rear seat. We actually might have a car that we can enjoy driving and have a conversation instead of screaming at each other. So we'll get there though. We finally got new tires for old Saguaro Sally here, so we're gonna get this up to the shop, bust the tires off of it, and we'll get them mounted up because we got a car show to go to tomorrow. So let's get a move on. Got all the tires knocked off this on jack stands, loading them up in the square body here, and it's been a little overdue for these to be replaced. So got our replacements there. Shove these in and take them to the tire shop because I don't have a tire machine up here, which I need one, but I don't.
On these we decided white wall in. If they were wide white walls, I would put them out, but I like black walls out. Let's get out of here. Okay. All right, a few hours later, we had a little bit of a breakdown in the old square body, arcing battery and the whole thing, but now we're good. So, got the tires mounted, black walls out, as you can see. We're gonna spray them off, clean them, get them mounted up. All right, we got that drum tightened up, so it's good to go now. Made just a little bit of a mess. Now I'll slide this bad boy in here. Now this is kind of tricky because I can't lift it very, oh, there we go. Thank God. My back is absolutely shot. But get these done, and then we just gotta do a test drive for the day, and hopefully it'll be good. And then tomorrow morning we'll get this thing taken out early in the morning, get it over to the car show, and maybe meet some people. See how it goes. Figured it's running and driving, might as well take it somewhere. And it looks pretty good. Gave me a reason to buy new tires at least. Alrighty, we got this thing power washed off. I wasn't gonna make you watch that because, well, in the last Parts to Project, or from Parts to Project episode, I spray washed it, so I'm not gonna make you do that. Watch that again. I was just knocking the dust off of it. I still need seals. As you can see, there's quite a bit of water in there. Still need all these seals, but the seals for this car are a lot of money, so we're kind of putting that off for now. She just got brand new kicks, and they look pretty good, so I'm happy with that. I'm glad I didn't go white wall out. And we'll see how it drives later tonight. Got to take this home so I have it for the car show tomorrow morning. Yep. She looks pretty good. I mentioned earlier that I broke down in the old square body. I figured I'd show you what's going on with that because that was most of my day. Here we have a 1976 Chevy K10, four-wheel drive, long bed. It's got a 400 small block. It's got a Holley Sniper EFI on top there. It's got some heads, cam, you know, a light build and intake manifold. Has some vintage air on it, as you can see there. That works pretty fantastic. But where you can see the air filters off, we're kind of working through some bugs on this thing. It's just getting finished up. And our Holley intake here, air filter, clashes with the Sniper. But that's not what the issue was. Today, driving it home after getting tires for Sally, and it's not in here, but the positive terminal, as you can see here, well, it melted in half due to us grounding out the positive strap on the header manifold, or the exhaust manifold. So I've now got to replace that, which is no big deal, but little kinks here and there. We're having some timing issues going with it. Got to sort that out. Computer's still doing some weird stuff, so I got to plug my computer into this, but we're getting there. It's a pretty good little truck. Let's see. Got a retro sound radio in it, the vintage air, which absolutely fantastic, and this makes me want to put it in Esmeralda real bad. Got a carpet kit, you know, just the regular stuff. Has a locker in the rear. She's a fun little farm truck, round town truck. She's already running a lot smoother on these new tires, so that's a good sign. A lot less rattle going on in here. Still have quite a bit back there because of the bunch of crap I have in the back, but it's a lot smoother. Well, we made it home. The only thing I'm noticing is the grommet that used to go around the steering column and in the engine bay through the firewall, well, that disintegrated on me, and I'm getting a lot of hot air and fumes through there. So tomorrow before we leave, or maybe tonight, I'll wrap that all up in duct tape so it doesn't kill me. But you know, till then, we're good. I'm gonna go get some rest. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Alrighty, good morning. It's about 7 a.m. Show starts at 8. We're gonna head that way. Hopefully this old girl makes it. It's not too far, but you never know with these old things. Let's give it a shot. How's it going?
Stay away from that old viper man. Don't you take that fruit he's holding in his hand.
I pre-registered 138.
Oh, you're kidding me, right?
138. No.
You wouldn't bring this goddamn car here.
Well, you know, I thought it would be okay.
Okay, go down. The lady down the straw hat and take
Got
care
it.
of you.
I have to make the other cars look good.
Oh, get out of here. Yeah, that's cool.
Behind troubles out of sight.
Morning.
So don't you hang around that viper in the night. You'll be high. You take one hit and you'll be swinging with the band. When you hang around that old viper man.
Alrighty, it's been a couple days after the show. Show went fantastic. There was a huge turnout, 200 plus cars probably, and I couldn't even tell you how many vendors. We walked around, my family showed up, surprised me, so I didn't film too much. I got a couple clips as you saw, and that's about it. And then I brought this back and I parked the car, and I was pretty exhausted by the end of that day, so we just parked it here and left it as it was. Before I let you guys go, I ought to show you what purchase I made. Look in here. That's a 1969 C10 grill. I got it for, I think I paid 80 bucks for it or something like that. Not terrible shape. I haven't power washed it. I need to power wash it to really see what shape it's in, but a brand new aluminum one is about $700 and brand new steel one's about $1,000. So I'll take it. Alrighty, well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. The show went fantastic. And again, if you are interested in a t-shirt or some stickers, bulletin41.com. And well, until next time, we'll see you in the next one. I don't know if it'll be this or the C10 or my 59 that's just over there. We'll see.